All right, race fans, we're going to roll the first feature of the night out onto the track. And they're going to roll in the moisture laid down by track owner Clint Gann. I'm going to go ahead and give you the starting lineup. On the pole, it's going to be the 83 of Ben Newell into his outside, the 77 of Zach Willis. Row number 2, going to be the 8K of Tyler Cadunston into his outside, the 34C of Jake Carter. Row number 3 is going to be the 55 of Kyle Lafferty and the 17R of Logan Rurk. Row number 4, you got the 84 of Dayton Newell into his outside, the 26 of Colt Barker. Row number 5, going to be the 28D of Dylan Dampier and the 15R of Oakley Ragland. Row 6, you got the 66 of Zachary Martin and the 87 of Aaron Odell. Row number 7, going to be the 25J of Ryan Hargis and the 17 of Garrett Parker. Row number 8, going to be the 6 of Corey Henson and the 27 of John Dame. Row number 9, going to be the 14 of John Newell and the 65 Junior of Carter Jackson. And your 10th and final row, going to be the 44R of Randall Cushing and the 75 of Colby Lathrop. Colby Lathrop. Lathrop. I knew I was going to say it wrong. Colby Lathrop. Lathrop. Here we go, lights off, 1 to go from the starter stand. 20 trips around the mighty Midway. $515 on the line to the winner. Ben Newell, Zach Willis on that front row. Down into 3, we're going to go for our first feature of the night. Out of turn 4, Midwest Modifieds, green flag. All right, we're going to rock and roll down on a 1 and 2. You're going to see a 3 wide out of turn. Oh, look out. Ryan Hargis goes around to the bottom of 1 and 2. Ryan Hargis goes around. Yellow, 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 yellow. Yellow is out. Yellow is out for the 25J of Ryan Hargis. All right, so Ryan Hargis had a little trouble down through 1 and 2. Did not get a lap completed, so we still got 20 to go. Everybody's going to be in their original starting spots except the 25J, who's going to go tailback. Here we go, 1 to go from the starter stand. We're going to try it again. Lights off. Here we go, down into turn number 3. We're going to try it again. Newell, Willis, green flag. Here we go, 20 trips around 5:15 on the line. Ben Newell going to lead him on down to 1 and 2. Tyler Cadunston going to be sitting there. Look at that, 3 deep, time to sell it cheap. Oh, you got bumping and banging all down the back stretch. We look like bumper cars. Yeah, out of turn number 4 to lap 1. Going to go to Ben Newell, Tyler Cadunston. Zach Willis going to be your top 3. We got a lap completed. Everybody clean and clear through 1 and 2 for the second time. You got your leaders coming out of turn number 4. It is Newell, Cadunston, now Roark, Willis, Lafferty. That's your top 5. Jake Carter, the wheelman, odd man out looking in, sitting in 6. Now Carter's going to go up into that number 5 spot. Oh, look out, trouble, trouble, trouble. Trouble in 3 and 4. The 27 of John Dame went around. It looked like John Newell kind of got into the backside of Ryan Hargis, and that sent him around. So, lot of trouble there in 3 and 4. Here we go. We're going to try it again. We got a couple laps completed before we had some mayhem. 3 laps down, 17 to go. Ben Newell going to be out front there by his lonesome. Tyler Cadunston going to the top side. That's going to put the 17 of Logan Roark down. Zach Willis sits in fourth. He goes to the bottom side. The wheel man, Jake Carter, he's in fifth. He's going to go to the top side. That's your top five. Then you got Kyle Lafferty and Dayton Newell, 6 and 7. Out of turn number 4, we are back to green flag racing as Ben Newell's going to lead the charge. Jake Carter got a good jump there as he's up into the number 4 spot, trying to battle it out with your race leaders. We're going to come out of turn number 4, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, we got trouble again. Colt Barker down at the bottom side of turn 4. Colt Barker to the bottom side of turn 4. Yellow is out. Yellow is out for Colt Barker. One to go from the starter stand. We're going to double them up bumper to bumper, door to door. 4 laps completed. 16 to go. Down the back stretch, we're going to go with a field of cars. Ben Newell, he's been the man with the plan as they come out of turn number 4. Green flag's going to be in the air as we're going to hustle on down to 1 and 2. Everybody gets through 1 and 2 clean and clear. Now we're going to try treacherous turn 3 and terrifying turn 4. Oh, look out, Oakley Ragland off the power at the top of 3 and 4. But we got a lap completed. That's 5 down, 15 to go. Ragland at a snail's pace. He's trying to get off. Yellow, 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 yellow. So Oakley Ragland going pit side with a right front flat. We're all right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. 1 to go, lights off. Keith, the flag man's going to do the jig coming out of turn number 4. Green flag's going to be back up and in the air. 15 down, 15 to go here for 515 to win. As we're going to hustle on down to the 1 and 2. A little bit of bumping and banging back here in the back part of the field between just about everybody. As we're going to come back up front here with your race leader, the 83 of Ben Newell, as he's going to cross the stripe. 6 down. Tyler Cadunston going to sit in that number 2 spot. Logan Roark right there. Now Roark going to come up into that number 2 spot. Dayton Newell up and around Jake Carter into 4th. As Carter shuffles back into the number 5 spot. Ben Newell still your race leader as he's got 7 laps in the books. Ben Newell trying to say see you bye-bye as he's trying to get as much space between him and the rest of the field as possible. Uh-oh, Garrett Parker goes around it. Garrett Parker goes around on the bottom of turn 4, bringing out yet another caution for the night. So right now it is Ben Newell out front. Tyler Cadunston going to go to the bottom side. Logan Rourke's going to have to go to the top side. 84 at Dayton Newell goes down. The 34C of Jake Carter goes up. That's your top 5. Followed in by Kyle Lafferty, Zach Martin, Zach Willis, Dylan Dampier, Ryan Hargis, and Colt Barker. Green flag is up, and oh, look out. Colt Barker hits that tire again. All right, so the 26B of Colt Barker is going pit side. He's being sent pit side. The rule is if you are the cause of 2 cautions by yourself, you go pit side. He hit that turn 4 tire earlier in the night. Then he just took it out again. I think he's got something against that tire. I really think the 26B has got a personal vendetta against that infield tractor tire because that's twice he's hitting it. But 26B does have to go pit side as his night is done. And there he goes. Now we're going to do a single file restart. The reason we're doing a single file restart is because, well, we can't get very many laps completed in between cautions. So we're going to do a single file restart and see if that helps. Ben Newell, Tyler Cadunston, Logan Rourke, Dayton Newell, Jake Carter, your top 5. Kyle Lafferty, Zach Martin, Zach Willis, Dylan Dampier, Ryan Hargis, Aaron Odell, Carter Jackson, John Newell, Oakley Ragland, Randall Cushing, Garrett Parker, and Colby Lathrop. Rounds out your field. I'm going to butcher that name all season until I learn it. Out of turn 4, green flag. Let's go racing. Dayton Newell trying to come up around the outside of the 17 of Rourke, as that's the battle up front. Ben Newell, Tyler Cadunston gone. Tyler Cadunston, he's trying to run down that 83 machine, and he's all over that back bumper. Logan Rourke's got company all over his back bumper. Kyle Lafferty now down to the bottom side. Into the number 6 spot goes Lafferty. Around the 66 is Zach Martin. Yellow, yellow, yellow. The 28D of Dylan Dampier going to take a ride on the tilt-a-whirl up there at the top side of turn 4. Here we go. We're stacked and packed, bumper to bumper, door to door. Green flag coming back out. Let's go back to green racing. Ben Newell out front. Logan Ruark slides up into that. Oh, we got a parking lot in 1 and 2. Yellow, 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 yellow. Parking lot in turn 1 and 2, right in the middle. Aaron Odell, Randall Cushing, and I think that's Colby Lathrop. Yeah, Colby Lathrop over there as well. Hey, everybody say it with me. You can't park there. All right, so Midway Speedway safety crew and track personnel down there getting the parking lot in 1 and 2 cleaned up, giving Aaron Odell a little push into the infield. Ben Newell still out front. He's been in charge since the drop of green. Tyler Cadunston and Logan Ruark there in that beautiful 17. They've been going at it, swapping spots all race. All right, single file restart, 1 to go from the starter stand. Lights are down. We're going to be green flag when they come out of turn number 4. Here we go, into 3, coming out of turn number 4. Green flag is in the air. Single file restart down to 1 and 2. Ben Newell going to be your race leader down the back stretch. Tyler Cadunston going to be sitting there in that number 2 spot. Logan Ruark sits in 3rd. Dayton Newell into the number 4 spot. Jake Carter holds on to 5th, but he's got Kyle Lafferty. Yellow, 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 yellow. The 14 of John Newell. The 14 of John Newell goes around coming out of turn number 4. Bringing out another caution. All right, so they were told 20 laps or 20 minutes, whichever comes first. So now we are going to go green, white, checkered, ladies and gentlemen. Green, white, checkered, because the 20-minute time limit is coming up. Lights off, ladies and gentlemen, down the back stretch. We're going to go $515 on the line for your Midwest Modifieds here for the opening night of Lebanon Speedway. Out on turn 4, green flags up and out and in the air. Ben Newell leads them down. Ben Newell going to say see you bye-bye as he got a great jump. Great run coming out of turn 2. Oh, Carter got incoming. Jake Carter and Zach Martin got together. Then Carter got hammered by somebody. I don't know who. And then Carter Jackson and Randall Cushing spun to avoid hitting. But Jake Carter got hammered hard. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go green and white together. Green and white together, which means this will be the final lap of this feature. They have hit their 20-minute time limit. Ben Newell, your race leader. He's got to hold on for one more lap. Tyler Cadunston, he's going to have to make it or break it. Here we go. You want to see something spectacular? Watch the flag man right here. Into 3, coming out of turn number 4. Green and white together. It's time to win it or wear it. Down through 1 and 2. We're clean and clear. Ben Newell's got clean air in front of him. Checkered flag for the 20 or the 83 of Ben Newell. Tyler Cadunston, Logan Ruard, your top 3. All right, race fans, you're going to have to make some noise when this gentleman steps out of his car. Give it up for the 83 of Ben Newell. Real quick, I totally forgot. I just got reminded. I need everybody in attendance to clap, scream, and cheer for the 87 of Aaron Odell and his wife Brooklyn, who just got married last week. Congratulations, Aaron and Brooklyn. I know everybody here at the racetrack wants to wish you many happy years. Hey, everybody in attendance, I got two gals up here yelling at me, telling me that last call for concession. So if you're hungry or thirsty, now would be the time to go do it, because they made a point to walk all the way up here. So let's give Zachary Martin a round of applause, folks. Oh, that was such a cute little wave. Oh, so here they come, folks, our Young Gun Hornets. So at this time, I'm going to introduce the Young Gun announcer to read the starting lineup.
Row number 1 on the inside, we have the 66 of Max Dumlin. On the outside, we have the 4B of Connor Reed. Row number 2 on the inside, we have the 23 of Ryan Wolgamut. On the outside, we have the 8 of Carter Parrish. Row 3, we have the 44 of Peyton Willis. On the outside, we have the 18 of Maddox Dunn. Row 4, on the inside, we have the 5C of Callie Martin. On the outside, we have the 25 of Landon Strogan.
Race fans, I need everybody to get off your seat and on your feet. When these young guns come out of turn number 4, I want you to make enough noise for them to hear you over the rumble of their engines. Down into turn 3, they're going to go. Out of turn number 4, green flag. Look at these young guns rocking. Whoa! That's the whole field, except for one. I really hope everybody's okay, but in a way that was kind of awesome because I've never seen that before till now. So I believe the 66 went a little sideways and then just everybody else had nowhere to go. So red flag, red flag, red flag means we're going to come to a complete stop. We're going to shut it down. All right, lights are off, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to stack them up, and we're going to go green flag racing. Coming out of turn number 4. Don't forget to make some noise. Green flag is in the air. Man, the 23 of Ryan Wolgamut slingshotted that right there into 1 and 2. Connor Reed going to be your race leader. Here comes Wolgamut. Peyton Willis, the 18 of Maddox Dunn, going to be your top 4.
All right, we're gonna come down the back stretch of turn 3 and 4. The 4B of Connor Reed, still your race leader. The 23 of Ryan Wolgamut going to run it down. As the 4B of Connor Reed still going to be your race leader coming out of turn 1 and 2. We're gonna go down to the back stretch of turn. Coming out of turn 4.
You got a battle up front here between the 4B of Connor Reed and the 23 there of Ryan Wogelman. Whoa, both of them got squirrely. Now you got a drag race for the lead. Slingshot around him into turn 3 goes the 23. Here we go. Peyton Willis coming up. Peyton Willis going to make it a 3-car battle. Here comes the 18 of Maddox Dunn. Top 4 battling it out. Here we go.
We're going to come out of the back stretch of turn 3 and 4 as the 4B going to try to run down the 23 of Ryan Walnut. Caution, caution. Yellow, yellow actually.
The 18 of Maddox Dunn goes nose first into the wall. The 44 of Peyton Willis had some trouble turning, and Maddox Dunn was just in the wrong spot at the wrong time.
In your first place slot, we got the 23 of Ryan Walnut. In the second place slot, we have the 4B of Connor Reed. And then in third place, we have the 25 of Landon Struggan. And riding in the back, we have the 18 of Maddox Dunn. All right, we're going to go lights off, and we're going to try this again. We're going to go lights off at the line, and we're going to try this again. Green flag next time by. Ryan Walnut is your leader, followed by Connor Reed, then Logan Sturgeon, and Maddox Dunn. All right, we're going to go down the backstretch into turn 3 and 4. Green flag in the air. The 4B is going to try to make a run on 23 of Ryan Walnut as we come out of turn 1 and 2. We're coming down the backstretch into turn 3 and 4. The 4B is going to, it's a drag race. There's a new leader, the 4B of Connor Reed. Coming into turn 1 and 2, your race leader still being the 4B of Connor Reed. The 25 of Landon Struggan. Coming out of turn 3 and 4, the 4B of Connor Reed still your race leader as we go into turn 1 and 2. The 25 is going to try to 25 of Landon Struggan is going to try to make a run on the 3. The 18 of Maddox Dunn is going to try to pass the 25 of Landon Struggan as we come into turn 3 and 4. Your race leader still being the 4B of Connor Reed. The 18 of Maddox Dunn is going to try to make a move on of the 25 of Landon Struggan. As we come down the backstretch into turn 3 and 4, the 23 of Ryan Walnut is getting kind of closer to the 4B of Connor Reed as we go into turn 1 and 2. We got 2 to go. And there is 2 to go for the race. The 23 of Ryan Walnut is going to try to run the high side and pass the 4B of Connor Reed as we go down the back. As the 4B of Connor Reed goes down the back stretch, we have the 23 of Ryan Walnut. We got 1 lap, white flag, 1 lap to go. As the 4B leading it, coming out of turn 1 and 2. The 23 of Ryan Walnut coming down the back stretch of turn 3 and 4. The 4B checkered flag in the air for 4B of Ryan Reed, Connor Reed, Ryan Walnut, and 18 of Maddox Dunn. And then round of applause for all them.
Race fans, everybody needs to be screaming and cheering when this young man gets out of his car. First career feature win, first win here on opening night in the Young Gun Hornet class. Where's he going? Oh, okay. They're saying, okay. I thought we was gonna do it right there on the front stretch. All right, so down there in victory lane, going to get his big old fancy check. I don't know if the bank will accept it, but you can try. If you're interested in getting your youngster in one of these cars, get a hold of Tim Day. He's doing a Driven to Win program. And it's to help young drivers like these kids here get experience and get into racing. Ladies and gentlemen, Connor Reed. All right, pulling out onto the track now, you got your Power Eye Pure Stocks. On the pole is going to be the N42 of Chad Nivens, and on his outside, the 0 of James Reedus. Row number 2 is going to be the 32 of Richard Adams and the 19 of Trenton Houston. Row number 3 is going to be the 5 of Justin McDowell and the 21M in the Power Wagon, Peyton McDowell. Row number 4 is going to be the 42 of Trevor Ellingson and the 21 of Carson Groniger. Row 5, you got the 26 of Preston McDowell and the 68 of Rhonda Lamke. And riding shotgun at row number 6 is going to be the 78 of Orso Sterling. Here we go. 15 laps the distance for your Power Eye Pure Stocks. Down the back stretch, we're going to go lights off. Keep the flag man's going to do the jig coming out of turn 4. Green flag is in the air. Pure Stock Pandemonium. Oh, 4 wide out of 2. I don't think I've ever seen 4 wide here at the Mighty Midway. Chad Niven's going to be your race leader. James Reedus is there. Here comes Justin McDowell, Richard Adams, Trenton Houston. Peyton McDowell trying to slice and dice his way up through traffic. Now James Reedus got the run down on the bottom side of Chad Nivens as they're going to go down to the 3 and 4. Trenton Houston to the top side of Richard Adams. Peyton McDowell's going to be there as well. Bang! Got him! New race leader, James Reedus, going to move up into that number 1 spot by about a fender of a car. Chad Niven's going to hold on, but now he's going to shuffle back into the back bumper. Here comes the 19 of Trenton Houston. Richard Adams going to be sitting in that number 4 spot. Peyton McDowell rounds out your top 5. Then you got Carson Groniger, Justin McDowell, and Trevor Ellingson battling out back there for that number 6 spot. As it is an all-out battle. It's throw a blanket on the top, I don't know, 8 or 9, and it's anybody's race right now. As we come out of turn number 4. Whoa, Trevor Ellingson got a little wild. Going to cause him to shuffle back a few spots. It is all James Reedus right now in that FAFO machine. As they come out of turn number 4, we are still clean and green. Peyton McDowell now up into the number 3 spot there in the Power Wagon, trying to get up and around the 19 of Trenton Houston. As Justin McDowell trying to get up and around Richard Adams there into the number 5 spot. Chad Niven's going to hold on to 4th. Oh, a little bit of contact back here at the back part of the field between Carson Groniger and Trevor Ellingson. Oh, Ellingson's got trouble. That right front is leaning way in on the top. There it goes. That right front is toast. Yeah, that right front should not be sitting like a late model wheel. So Trevor Ellingson is going pit side. It is James Reedus out front. Peyton McDowell into the number 2 spot. Trenton Houston going to hold on as he's going to be right there to the outside. Justin McDowell up into the number 4 spot. Richard Adams up into 5th. James Reedus better stomp on the loud pedal because he's got Peyton McDowell all over the back bumper. A little shot to the shorts to McDowell from Houston as they went down into 1 and 2. A little bit of lap traffic about to become an issue. Can Reedus navigate his way around it clean and clear? Reedus going to have to thread the needle now. He's going to have to pick a line and make it work. As Reedus goes way low, he's going to slingshot around Rhonda Lampke. Here comes Peyton McDowell to the outside. James Reedus still down on the bottom side of the speedway. It is Reedus, but he's got McDowell all over the back bumper. Now Houston gets around the lap traffic. Top 3 clean and clear. Now Justin McDowell back there in 4th. He's going to have to come around. Reedus holding on by a thread. We got 2 more trips around here. For the 0 of James Reedus. Peyton McDowell, he is very patient when it comes to racing. White flag, 1 to go. Time to make it or break it. McDowell going to go up a little higher through 1 and 2. Now it's going to be down to the back stretch for the final time. McDowell goes to the top side, going to stomp on the loud pedal, coming out of turn number 4. Checkered flag for James Reedus. Peyton McDowell, Trenton Houston, your top 3. So down there in victory lane, driving the number 0. Going to get the window net down, safety equipment off. Going to have to make some noise when that gentleman gets out of that car. Ladies and gentlemen, the 0 of James Reedus. All right, race fans, that is going to wrap up your Power Eye Pure Stock class for the first night here at the Mighty Midway. Round of applause for James Reedus. Up next, you got your Power Eye Hornets. And here's how the lineup is going to go. On the pole is going to be the 6 of Dustin Reeves into his outside, the 2M of Corbin Mooney. Row number 2 is going to be the 57 of Josh Clark into his outside, the 195 of Tyler Dawson. Row number 3 is going to be the 2 of Justin Day and the 93 of Down and Dirty Daniel Barton. Row number 4 is going to be the 3M of Bobby Mooney and the 05G of Grayson McKinney. Row 5, you got the 12N of Natalie Crow and the 21B of Monty Barclay. Row number 6 is going to be the 51F of Levi Felton and the 63W of David Kirkpatrick. And riding shotgun, who's not able to make the call, going to be the 80 of Jim Cook. All right, here we go. 15 laps the distance down the backstretch into 3. They're going to go. Fill the work on in out of 4. Green flag is up and out and in the air for your Power Eye Hornets. Dustin Reed's going to lead them out of 2 and down the back stretch. Josh Clark going to be sitting there in the number 2 spot. Corbin Mooney holding on to that number 3 spot, but he's got Tyler Dawson and Justin Day all over the bottom side. And that's rounding out your top 5. Daniel Barton going to be sitting there in 6th. Bobby Mooney sits in 7th. And then Kirkpatrick and McKinney going to battle it out there for 7th and 8th. But out front, trying to walk away, going to be the 6th of Dustin Reeves. Josh Clark going to, oh, look at that 3 wide down the front stretch here for that number 3 spot between Tyler Dawson, Justin Day, and Corbin Mooney. Out of 4, going to cross the stripe with the race leader, the 6 of Dustin Reeves, who is trying to walk away. He's going to make quick work of Natalie Crow there. As we're going to get through 3 and 4, almost single file all the way through the field. It's Dustin Reeves, Josh Clark, Tyler Dawson, your top 3. Followed in by Justin Day and Corbin Mooney, your top 5. Daniel Barton sits in 6th. Bobby Mooney and now, David Kirkpatrick trying to battle up there with Bobby Mooney for that number 7 spot. As Kirkpatrick's going to take over the number 7. Look at the 3-car battle back here for 2nd. Between Dawson, Clark, and Day. Dawson going to get up into that number 2 spot, but he's got Josh Clark all over his outside, Justin Day all over the bottom side. As Dawson's going to be like, you know what? We're going to drop a gear and see you later. Oh, Clark gives Dawson a little touch. Day gives Clark a little touch. It's not a domino effect, guys. Come on now. Clark looking like he was trying to give Dawson another little bump, little shot to the shorts, let him know, hey, I'm still here, bud. You ain't lost me yet. Bobby Mooney to the infield. Bobby Mooney down to the infield. He's got trouble on the 3M machine. Coming out of turn 4 with your race leader, the 6 of Dustin Reeves, who's got almost a full straightaway on that one. Oh, contact. Oh, into the wall hard. Yellow, 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 yellow. Josh Clark and Justin Day made contact hard, and then Clark goes right into the wall, hard hit. Driver is okay. I can see him moving down there. The flag man's going to do the jig as we're going to come out of turn number 4. Green flag is going to be in the air. Everybody's going to get through 1 and 2 clean and clear. The 63 of Kirkpatrick. He's going to be up there to the bottom side of Justin Day. Going to try to run down that number 3 spot. Out front, it is still the 6 of Dustin Reeves. Tyler Dawson sits in 2nd. Justin Day 3rd and David Kirkpatrick 4th. The battle for 5th is underway between Daniel Barton and Grayson McKinney as they're going to go down the backstretch door to door into 3. Justin Day now coming down to the bottom side of Tyler Dawson, as that is now the battle to watch for the number 2 spot between the 2 car and the 195. Now Justin Day is going to have a little bit of running room as he's got that number 2 spot picked off, as he's going to come up in front of Tyler Dawson. Now Justin Day just got to run down that 6 machine of Dustin Reeves. They're going to cross the stripe. 2 more trips around, ladies and gentlemen. 2 more trips around for $500. Who's going to take home the check and the cash? As they're going to go down the back stretch and into 3. Dustin Reeves, your race leader. Justin Day is going to have to make it. White flag, 1 to go. Checkers or wreckers time. Down the back stretch, they're going to go for the final time. Coming to 3. Coming out of turn number 4 to the checkered flag, the 6 of Dustin Reeves. Justin Day, Tyler Dawson, your top 3. All right, ladies and gentlemen, your Power Eye Hornets opening night feature winner. Going to have to make some noise when he gets out of his car. Ladies and gentlemen, the 6 of Dustin Reeves. All right, race fans, final feature of the night going to be your Power Eye B mods. And here's how they're going to line up on the pole. It's going to be the 5 of Robert White. And to his outside, the 20D of Dawson David. Row number 2 is going to be the 65 of Chris Jackson. And to his outside, the 30 of Rex Harris. Row number 3 is going to be the 2 of Eric Graves with the 55 of Colson Kirk on the outside. Inside of row number 4 is going to be the 86 of Jeff Albright. And to the outside, the 16M of the Batman, Brian Myers. Row number 5, you got the 11 of Waylon Dimmitt. And the 35E of Luke Aiken. Row 6 going to be the 28 of Wesley Briggs and the 15 of Jeremy Hazel. Row 7 going to be the 88 of Lonnie Hibner and the 49 of Mason Rodden. Row 8 going to be the 5C of Brian Cook and the 2A of Scott Lunsford. Row 9, the 14C of Cody Crabtree and the 68 of Donnie Betts. And riding shotgun all by himself in row number 10 going to be the 6T of Austin Treadway. Oh, Doctor. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing with B-Mods. Final feature of the night. Lights are down, 1 to go from the starter stand. 20 laps, 19 cars. Dawson David, Robert White up there on the front row. Chris Jackson, Rex Harris, row number 2. This is going to be awesome. We're going to turn these fire-breathing dragons loose down into 3. We're going to fill the work on in. Here we go, modifieds at Midway. One down through 1 and 2. We are clean and clear. Robert White going to be out front. He's got Dawson David to the outside. Oh, a little bit of contact between Eric Graves and Rex Harris, but we're going to stay clean and green as we're down through. Oh, motor! Motor goes bye-bye for Robert White. Yellow, 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 yellow. Robert White's motor went bye-bye. All right, so Robert White's going to... 1 to go from the starter stand. Green flag next time by. Lights are down. Down the back stretch and into 3 we're going to go. Dawson David going to lead them on in out of turn number 4. Green flag is back up and out and in the air. Here we go. So Brian Cook goes around over here in turn 1. Eric Graves goes around over here in turn 4. All right, we're going to send them single file right now so we can try to get these laps taken care of. Dawson David, your race leader. Chris Jackson sits in 2nd. Rex Harris 3rd. Colson Kirk 4th. Jeff Albright going to be sitting in that number 5 spot. Lights are down, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be green flag with a single file restart as they come out of turn number 4. Here we go. Everybody's through 1 and 2, clean and clear. As your race leader, the 20D of Dawson David, comes out of turn 4, going to cross the stripe. Jackson Harris, your top 3. Oh, look out, Lunsford goes around over there in turn 4. Yellow, 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 yellow. Scott Lunsford loops it around over here in turn number 4. Green flag is in the air. Here we go back to B-Mods. Here he comes. Chris Jackson on the top shelf. Gonna tiptoe through the tulips and you got a new race leader. Chris Jackson gonna clock out and say, bye-bye, I'm going home. Rex Harris now trying to get down and around the bottom side of the 20D of Dawson David. Harris going to get around. Yellow, 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 yellow. Yellow is out. Yellow is out. I believe that is the 5C of Brian Cook. So Brian Cook down to the infield as he's got a mangled front end and hood. One to go from the starter stand. We're going to stay single file restart until we can get some laps completed. Chris Jackson, your new race leader. Dawson David, Rex Harris, your top three. Colson Kirk, Jeff Albright, top five. Waylon Dimmitt, odd man out, looking in, sitting in sixth. The Batman, Brian Myers, is going to be sitting in that number 7 spot. Coming out of turn number 4. Green flag is up and out and in the air. Here we go. We're clean through 1 and 2 as your race leader comes out of turn number 4. Everybody's kind of single filed out right now. As Chris Jackson leads the charge out of 4, going to cross the stripe. Dawson David, Rex Harris, your top 3. It is literally choo-choo train style. Everybody's pretty much running the exact same line. Everybody's bumper to bumper all the way around the speedway. Chris Jackson up front in that 65, starting to create some separation between him and the 20D of Dawson David. Rex Harris back in third, trying to run down that number 2 spot. Colson Kirk in no man's land, all by his lonesome in fourth, trying to run down Rex Harris. And Jeff Albright there in that beautiful black and gold 86, going to be sitting in that number 5 spot. Waylon Dimmitt, 6th. Brian Myers, 7th. Luke Aiken, 8th. Followed in by the 88 of Lonnie Nibbler, or Lonnie Hibner. Yellow is out for the 77 of Jeremy Hazel as he loops it around coming out of turn number 4. Eight laps down, 12 more remaining. Can Chris Jackson hold on to that number 1 spot? So we got laps completed, so we're going to go back to the Delaware double file restart. Chris Jackson out front. Dawson Davis going to take the bottom side. That's going to put Rex Harris to the top. Colson Kirk goes down and Jeff Albright goes up. That's going to be your top 5. green flag is up and out and in the air. Down the back stretch, the field's going to go. Chris Jackson out front. Dawson David down on the bottom side of the speedway, holding on to that number 2 spot. Colson Kirk down to the bottom side of Rex Harris, trying to get up in yellow. We got a parking lot over there in turn 3 and 4. Looks like Wesley Briggs, Austin Treadway, Jeremy Hazel, and Cody Crabtree all collected together over there. Here we go. Light's going to go down. We got the 1 to go from the starter stand, which means we're going to be green flag racing when they come out of turn number 4. Chris Jackson going to be up there by his lonesome, your race leader. Out of turn number 4, green flag is back in the air. Down to 1 and 2, we're going to rock and roll. Oh, buddy. Donnie Betts, Mason Rodden kind of got a little bit together. As we come out of turn 4, Chris Jackson still your race leader. Brian Myers able to come back out onto the speedway as he's going to try to catch up to the rest of the field. He is on the lead lap still, so he's not a lap down yet. But Chris Jackson is coming to call. He's on the attack, on the hunt, and on the prowl as he's going to lead them on down to 1 and 2. Dawson David going to be sitting there in that number 2 spot. Rex Harris 3rd. Colson Kirk 4th, and now Waylon Dimmitt up there into that top 5. Oh, Eric Graves goes around at the top of turn 4. Yellow is out. Yellow. All right, here we go. Delaware double file. Lights off. Keith, the flag man's going to give them that 1 to go. Jackson out front. Can Chris Jackson hold on to that race lead? Green flag is in the air as they are 3 wide. Look at the jump on the 88 of Hibner. He got a great jump on that start. Gonna slingshot up into that number 4 spot. Chris Jackson still your race leader as he comes out of turn number 4. 3 wide battle back here for that number 2 spot. Hibner up into 2nd. Oh, now Dawson David's able to power it back, take over that number 2 spot. Chris Jackson, he's going to be like, all right, guys, I'm done playing games. Let's get this race over. Out of turn 4, Chris Jackson, still your race leader. Dawson David. Rex Harris is going to come back up into that number 3 spot. It is all the Chris Jackson show right now. Movie marathon for that 65 machine. As he is cooking and booking. He's going to cross the stripe. You're going to see 2 more trips around. Coming out of turn number 4 with your race leader to the white flag. 1 to go for the 65 of Chris Jackson. Dawson David Rex Harris rounds out your top 3. Oh, we got a parking lot in 4. But we're going to yellow and checkered, yellow and checkered, yellow and checkered. The 65 of Chris Jackson takes the win. So because the white flag was already out, we go yellow and checkered. So the win goes to the 65 of Chris Jackson. All right, race fans, down there in victory lane, you're going to have to make some noise as he gets his equipment off and gets the climbing out of that car. Ladies and gentlemen, your Power Eye B-Mod feature winner for the opening night at the mighty Midway Lebanon Speedway. $65 of Chris Jackson. Leaving, have a safe trip driving home, have a great weekend, and we will be back next Friday night right here at the mighty Midway Lebanon Speedway in Lebanon, Missouri.